Sam said you wanted to see me.
Tell me, did you ever wonder why the men of the Night's Watch take no wives and father no children?
This is not a casual inquiry. Maester Aemon is asking Jon to name the wound before he feels it. The question itself is surgical, designed not to elicit curiosity, but to force recognition. Aemon knows what Jon is carrying. He is not asking Jon to think. He is asking Jon to speak the conflict aloud, which means making it real, which means no longer being able to deny it.
No.
So they will not love. Love is the death of duty.
Jon's answer arrives without hesitation. The answer of a boy reciting catechism. The answer he has rehearsed 1,000 times in the cold halls of Castle Black. But the speed itself is the signal. When a painful truth requires no thought to speak, it means the person has already chosen armor over authenticity. He has built a cage around the thing he fears most. The cage is called duty.
If the day should ever come when your Lord Father was forced to choose between honor on the one hand and Lord Stark is one man in 10,000, most of us are not so strong.
What Jon has just done is reveal the exact architecture of his paralysis. He believes his father is an exception, a man of singular strength who can choose duty and live without the aftermath. But Jon suspects he is not Ned Stark. He suspects he is the 10,000, the ordinary men who shatter when forced to choose. Aemon is not lecturing. He is building the bridge to the moment when Jon realizes that his own weakness is not individual. It is human. It is shared.
What is honor compared to a woman's love? And what is duty against the feel of a newborn son in your arms?
Cognitive dissonance, a state where two contradictory beliefs are held simultaneously, creating unbearable psychological pressure that forces the mind to either resolve the contradiction or collapse into denial. Jon experiences this in real time during Aemon's questions. His constructed identity, the dutiful Night's Watchman, exists only as long as he does not feel the weight of what he is being asked to abandon. The moment Aemon makes the cost tangible, a woman's love, a newborn son, the two truths collide. Jon cannot be both the man who abandons his family and the man who belongs to his family. The cognitive dissonance forces him toward impossible resolution. Choose duty and hate himself, or choose love and shatter the only identity he has built.
We're all human. We all do our duty when there's no cost to it. Yet, sooner or later, in every man's life, there comes a day when it is not easy.
This is Aemon naming the universal moment when ideology meets reality and the ideology loses. Every man in the Night's Watch arrived with certainty. Every man eventually arrived at a day, a specific day, when that certainty shattered. Aemon is not comforting Jon. He is preparing him. He is saying, your breaking point is not weakness. It is inevitability. The only variable is how you break.
A day when he must choose.
And this is my day. Is that what you're saying?
It hurts, boy.
I may be a bastard, but he is my father and Robb is my brother.
Jon has moved from abstract philosophy to confession. He is no longer asking hypothetical questions about Stark honor. He is admitting the thing that cannot be unsaid. His vows are lies. They are beautiful lies, necessary lies, but lies. The Night's Watch promised him identity. It promised him belonging. It never promised him exemption from being human.
The gods were cruel when they saw fit to test my vows. I waited till I was old. And what could I do when the ravens brought the news from the south? The ruin of my house, the death of my family. I was helpless, blind, frail.
Moral andrew. Not guilt over an action, but profound betrayal of internal values. When a person betrays their own morality under external pressure, the wound is not psychological. It is existential. What Aemon is confessing is not regret. It is injury. He made a choice that satisfied his vows but violated his humanity. He chose the Night's Watch over his family. He survived. He became respected. He became empty. The vow consumed the man. Jon is being warned, you may survive this choice, but the part of you that chooses will die first. The part that remains will be obligation without conviction, duty without meaning.
But when I heard they had killed my brother's son,
Who are you?
my father was Micah, and he was followed by his son Aerys, whom they called the Mad King.
But Aemon Targaryen.
Aemon has just revealed the deepest wound beneath everything. He is not simply a maester. He is a prince who chose the citadel over the throne. He is a man who built a life of service and scholarship to hide from the fact that his refusal to fight cost him his entire bloodline. The vow was not a choice. It was a cage disguised as salvation.
I'm a maester of the citadel, bound in service to Castle Black and the Night's Watch. I will not tell you to stay or go. You must make that choice yourself.
Identity forklesser. The acceptance of an identity imposed by external authority without exploring alternatives. The person stops asking, "Who am I?" and only asks, "What am I obligated to do?" The questioning itself becomes forbidden. Aemon will not tell Jon which choice to make because telling him would be another form of capture. If Aemon says stay, he removes Jon's agency. If he says go, he betrays the vows he has spent 50 years defending. Instead, Aemon offers the only gift he has left, the acknowledgement that the choice itself will destroy whoever makes it. There is no correct answer. There is only the answer you can live with, and even that answer requires living with the wreckage.
And live with it for the rest of your days, as I have.
Dage eat wet fordof forver. Jon now understands the true nature of his paralysis. It is not that he cannot choose. It is that he cannot choose without consequence. Aemon has lived with his choice for 50 years. He lives with it still. The weight does not decrease. You do not adjust to it. You only learn to carry it differently, sometimes by becoming someone else entirely, someone hollowed out enough to fit inside the burden. But here's what the show never told you. In the novels, Maester Aemon's confession is far more explicit. He does not merely hint at regret. He speaks directly about the night he learned his family was slaughtered. He describes the moment he realized that his refusal to leave the citadel had sentenced his nephews to death. The books make clear that Aemon did not choose duty because duty was noble. He chose it because returning to the throne would have meant acknowledging his own choice as the cause of their deaths. The Night's Watch vow became his alibi. Jon must understand that when Aemon speaks of living with the choice, he is speaking of living with the knowledge that his choice was not about honor. It was about survival through denial. This is what happens when institutional loyalty becomes a substitute for moral agency. You do not discover who you are. You discover who you must pretend to be. The cost is paid not in the moment of choice, but across decades of living with the gap between the person you told yourself you would become and the person you actually are. Every time you reinforce the vow, you reinforce the wound. The identity becomes a scar, and scars do not heal. They only harden. Jon did not learn from Aemon's warning. He would repeat this choice 3 separate times, with Ygritte, with the Night's Watch, and finally with Daenerys. Does that make Jon weak? Or does it make Aemon's lesson irrefutable? That some wounds can only be survived, never resolved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next.